Okay, let's go kick some butts.
What is up, you guys? This is All Day Any Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you a build breakdown for Captain Marvel. So let's go ahead and take a look at her traits. So for her, on the left box, her offensive box, Kree Toughness, she gains 5% Brutal Strike chance automatically, and then she also gains her two main attributes as Strength and Energy. And then the middle box is her resources, Photonic Energy. Primary resource is called Photonic Energy. Photonic Energy regenerates at a rate of 10% per second, and Photonic Energy constantly regenerates. And on the right box, your defensive box, Energy Absorption, you gain 1750 max health, 20% defense rating multiplier, and deflect rating multiplier. And then both your defense and deflect base rating is at 600. Close quarters, you gain close quarters. When you hit with the melee power, gain a damage reduction of 8% for 3 seconds. So let's go ahead and take a look at her abilities. So I'm using mainly pretty much all brawling. So I went with Mighty Punch on X, Flying Lunge as my dash on L2 circle, Infused Uppercut on square, Cosmic Haymaker on triangle, Crashdown Strike on circle, Ground Shattering Smash on L2 triangle, Glimpse of Binary, your signature, on L2 square, and Stellar Flare on L2X. So for my talents, I'm using Photonic Empowerment. Damage bonus effects based on a maximum photonic energy have a 20% higher conversion ratio. Max photonic energy is increased by 100. So what this means is the abilities that use photonic energy or that increase their damage based off how much photonic energy you have, it will automatically give you a 20% higher increase in that, plus an additional 100. So as you can see, I'll go back to my powers. My infused uppercut would originally be around 60%, 50%, I believe so. Let me see real quick. So yeah, 65.9%. And then when you use that talent, you go up to an 85.9%. So it basically increases the damage of any of your abilities that uses photonic energy as a damage bonus. And then the next talent I'm using is Sparkle Fists. Mighty Punch spends photonic energy to trigger an energy burst. Mighty Punch damage is increased by 25%. Roundhouse Kick transforms into Cosmic Haymaker. Cosmic Haymaker deals more damage based on max photonic energy, triggers a free larger energy burst, and has increased critical hit and brutal strike chances. Next one is Starfall. Crashdown Strike gains the following effects, and it deals additional damage over time. And it also gives you photonic energy restored. 100% of your photonic energy is restored. Damage absorption, you absorb up to 2562 damage, 10% of your max health. Binary fusion gains the following effects: max photonic energy, you gain 1000 increase in photonic energy, and your photonic energy is restored up to 100%. So this basically means when you use Glimpse of Binary with Binary Fusion, you're going to be dealing a whole lot more damage because of that increase in 1000 photonic energy right there. And then the last talent is Ground Shattering Cascade. Ground Shattering Smash always critically hits. Ground Shattering Smash photonic energy cost is reduced by 100%, meaning there's no more photonic energy consumption with this ability. And also, I would like to state on the fourth talent tree, with this talent tree, you can also go with Warbird's Cry, which is a really good one. Reduces the cooldown by 10 seconds, increases the Glimpse of Binary by 2 seconds, increases movement speed and attack speed by 25% for 5 seconds. So both of these are really good, but this Binary Fusion is going to let you put out way more damage. And then for my synergies, I went with Ant-Man, Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Daredevil, Gambit, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Nightcrawler, Scarlet Witch, and Squirrel Girl. And then for my infinity points, I put 11 points into Deep Thought, and then I put the rest of my points into energy. So 150 points is put into my reality gem. So that way I'm getting 32% increase in base damage. But like I said, I put my points into Deep Thought. If you don't have 25 points or anything, if you don't have enough points to put into a main attribute, then I would just highly suggest putting points into Photonic Energy, so that way you get more energy or more resource and more damage output from that. Or you can put more points into Strike Through for the brutal damage, or Mental Focus for the crit damage, and probably either Micro Warps or Gravity Well for more survivability, and that's about it. And then for my gear, I have pretty decent gear. Just remember, keep in mind that just because I have cosmic gear doesn't mean that you can't necessarily get the same stats in a way with superheroic gear. With superheroic gear at level 60, the damage rating is just going to be less by a couple hundred. So for the weapon, it'll be at 1000 damage rating instead of 1200. And then I think that's the only one. Oh, and as well as their accessory. Accessory is going to be at 1000 instead of 1200. And the stats will be a little bit less, not too much. And then for my ring, I have 3 energy signature. It would more of an ideal ring would be
The
a
waiting
plus
really
4,
is the hardest part.
plus 4 energy and plus 4. I think it was strength or fighting, and yeah, strength. So plus 4 strength and plus 4 energy are the two that you want to is the most ideal ring you would want to get. Artifacts I'm using Black Tom Shillelagh, this cosmically enhanced Circlet of Sidorak, and cosmically enhanced EMP device. So these two are definitely not what you want to go for. I just put them on just because, you know, I didn't really have any other artifacts. Like, I literally didn't have any other artifacts in my my storage, so these were the only available ones, and I just put those on. But Black Tom Shillelagh is definitely a really good one to have on Captain Marvel. Anything that really gives you strength and energy will definitely help out. Even the Gem of the Curse is really good. Cargo's Rewrites is also really good. But yeah. And then I went with Relic of Gibran, giving me more photonic energy. And then my Cosmic Spirit, my Spirit Catalyst, gave me photonic energy, which is really nice. 3.5% less damage from enemy areas, powers, and regenerates 25% of your health up to 3,000, and 100 photonic energy when you use your medkit plus 2 strength. Gain a damage shield equal to 50% of your max health when you use your medkit, and 50% chance when you hit to gain 10 spirits. So this is a really nice catalyst already. And then my medallion, I'm using Mega Sentinel Medallion. You can get Mega Sentinel Medallion from the Mega Sentinel in the Danger Room. Unfortunately, he doesn't drop it in the actual event, which is weird. But yeah, in the Danger Room, this is the only you can get it from the Danger Room or the Shield Supply boxes. And then for the legendary item, I would go for the Cosmic Control Rod because that's all energy based. So, and then for my stats, I have 10 durability, 18 strength, 7 fighting, 8 speed, 27 energy, and 5 intelligence. 39.2k average effective health, 30% damage reduction, 10.8% attack speed, 1132 crit hit, 2972 crit damage, 1323 brutal strike, 984 brutal damage, and 180% base damage. So like I said, you can still reach these same stats with purple gear, so or even higher stats. Well, when it comes to crit hit, crit damage, brutal strike, brutal damage. The damage, the base damage is gonna be pretty tricky to get if you're in full purple gear and you don't have at least decent artifacts. And also for the Black Tom Shillelagh, you get this from Juggernaut in the well, you can get this from Juggernaut from either the patrol events or from farming him on Charge of Purification, or even the Danger Room and the Shield Supply box. So I'm going to show you what each ability does. So for X, this is what it does right here. And then for square, just does an uppercut. And then haymaker on triangle, does a nice AoE. And then for circle, regenerates all of my photonic energy as well as applying damage over time and being AoE burst damage. And then L2X pulls your enemies in as long as you hold it down. You can just tap it once and then it'll pull enemies in and then it'll do an explosion. And then L2 triangle is the one where it uses no photonic energy, but it has a cooldown on it. And then my signature letting me put out a little bit more damage. And yeah, so the way I go about with my rotation is I normally go in and use my circle because that doesn't just restore your photonic energy, it gives you a shield as well. So go in and pop that so you can get a shield, use all your cooldown abilities and pull your enemies in and just make sure you try to keep spamming your
How about a different
circle,
idea?
the landfall or whatever it's called again, crash down strike, because that's the only way you're gonna really keep your shield up is from using that. So that's why I put that on my the front bumper or the front loadouts, so that way I can see when the cooldown is done. And yeah, that's basically it for Captain Marvel. That's basically it. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know down in the comments section. If you have any, like I said, suggestions, let me know. You can also ask me on my Twitter at alldayanyday1. If this video helped you at all, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. And I'm pretty sure that's basically it. So like I said, if this helped you at all, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you need any further tips and whatnot. And yeah, that's basically it. This is All Day Any Day 1 on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.